Madden has literally been the same game for close to a decade. Ever since 2K lost the NFL license, EA has monopolized the market, preying on the wallets of devoted NFL fans and gamers. This has to change, but seeing the current state of the game, we can expect the same for years to come, from the bare bones franchise mode to pay to win Ultimate Team. Let's first talk about the lack of depth the franchise mode has been plagued by. Franchise mode is supposed to be a mode where you take your team, you go under the hood, from player development to a price of hot dog, and yes, they deliver, but it's so lackluster that it's just a push of a button. But in Madden 2005, literally you took a player and you ran drills specifically for that player to develop him. Madden 05 not only delivered in that aspect, but also had us engaged with things like EA Sports Radio and franchise mode, creating a stadium, and position battles, just to name a few, that we don't even have currently. And I will go as far to say the skills trainer, which was called Madden 101, was by far the greatest teaching mode we ever had. Why is that? Why is a game made over a decade ago had a better franchise mode than what we have currently? Competition. When Madden 05 released, you had also maybe the greatest football game ever made alongside of it. And get this, it was $20. Yes, NFL 2K dropped the same year as Madden 05 with a close to a $30 difference, Madden being at $49.99 and 2K at $19.99. This drove EA not only to drop the price, but to also make a great game. In that same year, EA said fuck this and acquired an exclusive rights agreement with the NFL and NFLPA to be the sole creator of NFL video games. This would be a pivotal moment in NFL gaming history. With EA being the sole creator and having no competition, they could basically put out whatever they wanted and just give it to us, the consumer. Which brings me to my next complaint. Madden Ultimate Team is pay to win. Ever since Madden 10, which was released in 2009, that introduced one of the scummiest modes ever. Basically, the person with the deepest pockets wins. Now, I get it. Growing up, collecting cards was my thing, and EA takes that nostalgia factor and puts a price on it on top of a $60 game. And the steroid using jocks can say, well, just don't play Ultimate Team. But if dum-dums like this continue to support, then the little voices like me will continue to get drowned out. In 2009, EA took a big hit sales-wise, and instead of making what consumers wanted, they introduced microtransactions in the form of Ultimate Team to generate revenue across all of their sports titles. You buy card packs to open for players ranging from low to high tier to put on your roster to compete against others. This is pay to win. What happens to little Johnny if he didn't cut enough yards that summer and he wants to go online to compete against other players? EA says, fuck you, little Johnny. Come get this work.
You gonna get this work, nigga. I killed you. Hold up. You gonna get this work.
Microtransaction makes EA billions every year. More money than the game itself. Think about that. Microtransactions makes EA more money than them selling the game itself. So why would they even attempt to focus energy or resources to any other mode? But wait, killer, we gave you a story the last couple of years. Story. Who the fuck wants a story in a sports game? How about you take those resources and put a story in franchise mode, or make the game more accessible to beginner players to understand, or even better, change the fucking engine. I don't know if anyone noticed, but we've been paying for the exact same game every year. Madden has what we call thresholds, and these thresholds trigger a certain animation depending on a certain number in the attribute column. Example, 90 deep ball accuracy will get you a perfectly thrown ball every time, and anything under 90 will simply not. That's it. Doesn't matter if the player has a good or bad form, weight or height, big arm or small arm, just have these numbers. That's it. And us, the consumer, we have accepted that. EA has been reskinning players, putting a shinier gloss on their helmet and presenting us with this shit, being that there's no other game in the space. We just hand over our wallets and get our cheeks divided. No Vaseline, none whatsoever. I look at games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, where consumers forced EA to revamp it due to the pay-to-win loot crates, or Ubisoft's Ghost Recon Wildlands 2, where they have recently delayed the release of Watch Dogs game because the player feedback. Until us as a sports gaming community can come together and vote with our wallet, EA will continue to deliver us with a subpar cash cow that is Madden. Now, excuse me as I go play my league game.